Hello YouTube, welcome to today's video. Today's video is gonna be a little bit different. Basically, the changes for patch 12.3 have been announced on Twitter, but we're not gonna go through the changes in this video. I'll make a separate video for the changes, but I'd like to take a look at the comments that people have been commenting on this tweet and basically share my opinion on if I agree with them, disagree with them, if I find them funny, or if I find them pretty much ridiculous. So if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, then maybe we can make this into a series. And otherwise, it's just a one video type of thing. So yeah, let's just jump into it. So Riot Flux announced changes. And then we have got two questions. What does QGT stand for? And what I say is bug with Glacial, quick gameplay thoughts. And Glacial were lasting really long times. Then we have a Shinshin that I've blocked on Twitter. He says, Riven boss within 18 minutes of patch going live. Everyone else waits 5 months and gets 4 health per level. He's just complaining about Riven, which actually has nothing to do with this patch, so I don't know what the fuck a Shinshin is doing, but there is a reason why I have him blocked. Please buff Jinx. This is a meme because Jinx is turbo broken. Somebody flaming them for the arrow. Then we have this guy. Have you guys considered nerfing Twisted Fate's stun duration or damage, but giving his Q more damage so he isn't as forced to go the utility build and be a stun bot? Then a guy replies, why do you want to play Twisted Fate? You don't understand that different champions have different strengths and weaknesses. Because I like the champion. I've liked him for 6+ years now. It used to be more enjoyable to play him back then because he wasn't just a utility semi-tank with Rod of Ages Hourglass Rush. Why are you so bothered that I want to deal more than 200 damage with a slow-ass skill shot? Yep, Twisted Fate is not as enjoyable as you used to because you can't play him apart from stun bot or barely. I would nerf a bit ult cooldown maybe, but Q damage on he needs more a buff than a Q on nerf. They're nerfing him for Pro League that doesn't know how to counter pick TF apparently. Yeah, the Q nerf is forced him to go red card the caster minions to clear them now. You need 400 AP to even out the 20 base damage. So he's basically saying that why is Twisted Fate getting nerfed? Or basically why is the Q damage nerfed and why is it not the utility that is nerfed? And then he's saying that he enjoyed to play the champion before, like it was more enjoyable, but that's the thing, you have to adapt. You're not gonna play the same type of Twisted Fate as you did 6 years ago. Champions constantly gets buffed, a new build comes up that is more popular, more broken, you have to adapt and play that build. So, not sure why he is complaining, because I think that Twisted Fate is super broken, and as a utility champion, that's just what Twisted Fate is now. If you don't like playing utility, go ahead and play a different champion. Or you can play a less optimal, non-utility, AP, AD, whatever Twisted Fate, but then that's not as good. A lot of changes, don't love them all, but I do like bigger patches more to solve and play with. A movement change is pretty big now. Flat reduction made him take camps easily for noobs. Not sure he's noob friendly now. And I actually agree with this comment that bigger patches are more exciting and they're more fun to play around with compared to the small ones. Especially because I feel like we've been more or less in the same meta for a very, very, very long time now. Going all the way back to maybe like middle of season 11. And I don't feel like too much has changed outside of the dragons. But even then they have removed the Chemtech dragons. So then they killed Senna. And we have a person saying, what about this? Is the nerf really just cutting her soul drop rate on minions killed? And then we have another comment. Yep, let's nerf Seri after less than a week and her win rate is still negative. Pointless. Let her settle and stop being so happy. Go lucky with the nerf bat. I'm not sure why this guy is complaining about Seri, because Seri is insanely strong right now. She's just a very mechanical champion. And yes, the champion hasn't been out for a week, so you can't really look at win rate. But on the other hand, you have seen insane clips of Seri literally 1v9ing in the late game. I've seen Seri players who are down by 10k gold as a team all of a sudden win a team fight and basically win the game. So I don't know why this person is complaining about Seri, because I find Seri insanely strong, but very mechanical to play. But if played properly, she is strong. I don't know if it's not getting obvious to the balance team by now, but stop nerfing and start buffing more. Y'all can't be serious. You just take the same champions over and over again and put them into an up and down spiral of nerfs and buffs. Buff the champions that really need it. So I don't know why he's saying stop nerfing and start buffing more, because I feel like there are some champions that definitely need to get nerfed, and there are definitely also champions that need to get buffed. I would say just mix it up. And then I agree with the last part here, buff the champions that really needs it. I mean, the champions that are getting buffed are Lilia and Quinn and Brand, which I feel like is completely fine to buff, so I don't know why he's upset about that. But yeah. I don't get it though. Why did we change it from make the Senna buff not quite as good to make her unplayable as AD carry? She was designed and pitched as a champion who can be ADC or support, but we're just gonna make her ADC horrible because of a change you made. So yes, even though a champion gets released as one role, doesn't mean that it's stuck in that role or that it's meant to be the strongest in that role. Lucian, for example, designed ADC, was suddenly really good in mid lane for a very long time, then got changed back into ADC. Kiana, for example, was pitched as a mid lane champion. All of a sudden was really good in jungle, got back to mid lane, got back to jungle, got back to mid lane, and is now probably being played in both roles. Diana was pitched as a mid laner, is now in the jungle. Morgana with the changes also is jungle. They're basically mixing it up, putting a lot of different champions into different roles, and maybe trying to make everything more flexible. So just because a champion is pitched as being ADC and or support, doesn't mean that it has to stay that way. Yes, the Senna nerf is horrible, but again, adapt as much as you can. Really hate the Senna nerf. If Zenita's nerf that Q slow as an ADC main, this just feels like I'm losing one champion out of my pool since I don't duo and won't trust random support to farm instead of me. Well, again, you can just duo if you want to, unless if you're above masters. So why don't you just duo? You can literally just play Kakmav Lulu or Twitch Lulu or Twitch Yumi or Jinx, even that is like Omega broken, and you can climb. You don't have to play one champion to climb. And again, adaptation. So is this Senna change to push her to be played support instead of ADC, adding a Q slow and then cutting her souls from farming? Disincentivizes anyone to play her ADC when her player is already low. Meanwhile, support Senna win rate and player is much higher and isn't being hit. I mean, solid. Tell me why the fuck are you nerfing the W damage when LeBlanc got a 48% winner in solo queue? I know that she's problematic in pro play, but it's all because of her chain and not her wave clear. You should nerf her mana on the chain. We can't even use QRE to one-shot someone like before, and now you want to nerf her only damage. LeBlanc is so boring to play right now because of those stupid nerf. Revert LeBlanc or don't do anything. Or try to adjust the champion revert QE ratio, buffer ultimate, Jesus. So this is most likely a LeBlanc main. I would say yes, I don't understand why LeBlanc is getting nerfed. But it could be because of pro play, where she is kinda not a complete one-shot assassin unless if she gets ahead. But she's more like, I'm gonna poke you out, and then my abilities have 30-second cooldown, so you have to reset or you're going to die on my next combo type of champion. And I don't know if that's what Riot wants to do with these changes, making her like a burst assassin rather than a one-shot assassin. But yeah, I can understand the frustration, but yeah, the champion is not weak. And again, people who only mention the win rate are just stupid. And I know that Riot also balances from a win rate perspective, but that's also just stupid in my opinion. They should look at more metrics than just win rate. Okay, Gordringer 55 AD, Eclipse 55 AD. Give me one reason why I should build Lethality, a Lethality Mythic over it. And then the guy says armor penetration, or just build what counters the enemy. And then we have another comment. The bit of Lethality won't really surpass the HP, healing, and Omnivamp. There is a reason we took Gore before it got nerfed. because we weren't losing on damage, now we got damage back. The new Gore Drinker active scales with base AD instead of total AD, which was a big reason assassins didn't build it anymore. A lot less burst during your rotation. Yeah, but now Sterix give base AD, so Gore heals more now too. Sterix gives you bonus AD. This is actually true. So this is actually a pretty good comment. Like, if Gore Drinker and Eclipse gives you the same amount of AD, then why would you choose Eclipse over Gore Drinker? And I actually personally think that Gore Drinker will come back. And even though it's kind of a boring playstyle for assassins, it is better for a lot of assassins that I find personally quite a bit weak at the moment. We have some more Senna, then I don't want to talk more about Senna, then we're talking about Twisted Fate again. More LeBlanc, some more Senna, Gore Drinker. Here we have one. You realize that buffing W at rank 1 and R damage for Quinn, you're only really making her better when maxing Q and going lethality, right? Is that actually what you want her to do? Every time that's been good, she's gotten her kneecaps smashed. But doesn't exist good lethality items for range. All free assassin mythical items sucks. I have no clue what this guy is typing. Prowler's Claw with Quinn is omega good. Or used to be omega good, but okay. Some more Senna. People are really complaining about Senna. Oh, here we have one. So first the TP changes, now item changes. And for fucking what? You aren't looking at the root problems with it. Now you're looking at why champions... nor are you looking at why champions are strong or why they're picked. Twisted Fate is getting gutted because of Pro, and only because of the W rapid fire interaction. No fucking shot. Adding on to this, Quirky Packet's getting nerfed, but not the fact that he can build both AD and AP so you can effectively build against his damage. Then with First Strike and Futures Market, he hits his spike sooner, seems good. Also, not right ignoring the big one doing 60% of carry's HP. So I actually think that the quirky changes exactly hit pro play and doesn't hit solo queue, because in pro play, everyone is like on the same page. You can communicate like, yo, I'm gonna pick up the packets now, let's play for the dragon. And that way I think he is definitely getting nerfed, but I can also see that yes, his AP-AD hybrid build is really annoying to play with because it makes it difficult to itemize against, and yes, his scaling potential damage is insanely high. So for a champion like Quirky, if his late game is super good, his early game needs to be super bad. And in my opinion, Quirky's early game is not that good. So I feel like it's fine to be weak early and scale well into late game as Quirky. So I think the changes are fine. Maybe a small nerf on top of this, I wouldn't mind, but I wouldn't see Quirky get completely gutted. But we took a few comments, and I'm not going to go through any more. But if you enjoyed this video, then leave a like and let me know in the comment section down below if you should make this into a series. Otherwise, this is just a one-time video for fun. I just wanted to try it out because I had this random idea about making this video. But yeah, if you want to see more, subscribe to my YouTube. And otherwise, I hope to see you guys in my next YouTube video or on my next live stream over on Twitch. So thank you for watching, and see you guys.